Hello, Thrivers. Welcome. I'm just going to wait for a few people to come in. Right, just going to wait for a few people and to connect. Hiya, I can see you there. Awesome. Alrighty, I'm going to get going. Beautiful to see you. Welcome to today's episode of Thriver TV, where we discuss quantum tools and insights that can significantly shorten the recovery process from narcissistic abuse, turning months, years, or even decades of struggle into a journey of not just surviving, but thriving quickly and effectively from the inside out. And this is what I am so passionate about teaching you. And if you want to thrive and not just survive merely, write thrive on in the comments, because when you do that is a powerful declaration to the universe to claim that future reality in your life. It's you taking a stand for it, which is really important. And then also too, if you wish to join our community of 80,000 strong thrivers, just write NL, which stands for New Life, your new life, NL, in the comments, and you receive free supportive content, powerful stories of healing, as well as Thriver tools. And this is free, and there is no obligation for you joining my newsletter. It also stands for newsletter or New Life, NL. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please refer to the link in the description instead to pick up your free newsletter. So, on to today. We are delving into the 7 things that defeat narcissists, that expose their underbellies and render them as powerless against you, which ironically, these are actually your greatest gifts, and these are your superpowers to activate, and we all have them, whether or not you know it yet. So these elements that I'm going to talk about today, they not only help you leave the trauma of narcissistic abuse behind, but they also enable you to evolve and elevate your life. These are actually the keys to your kingdom, truly. This episode is especially for those of you who are ready to move on beyond just surviving and start thriving. Today, we're going to explore those essential steps and insights which are needed to activate your light and power and get them out of the clutches and the jaws of darkness, also known as narcissist. So please share this video to those that can help while we're live, or if you're watching the recording. And please also like this video and add your comments, because you commenting in the feed helps the algorithms spread the vital message that we can heal for real from narcissistic abuse. It's not a life sentence. Okay, so now let's get started on today's lesson. And it's beautiful to see all of you people here. It's just gorgeous on the 3 channels that we're streaming on. So in today's lesson, we will uncover the 7 powerful elements that can help you defeat a narcissist. And this is so important because most people think it's important to defeat a narcissist. Maybe you feel like that as well. Just say me in the chat if that's how you feel. And a lot of people think that there's no way that you can escape such pathological deceit and cruelty and emerge victorious. Emerging victorious means being free of trauma and not just a mere survivor, but a thriver. I promise you this is possible. You can achieve this. Many of us who've experienced narcissistic abuse often felt stuck in patterns of pain and suffering, and you may be feeling that right now, unable to find a way out. However, this episode is going to provide you with the insights and the tools necessary to shift your consciousness, reclaim your power, and step into a life filled with peace, joy, and empowerment. Now, you may not think that's possible, but I can assure you that it is. Today, I trust that you're going to realize that you're not actually in a physical, logical war, that you actually can't win at that level. You're actually in a spiritual consciousness war. You're in a battle for your consciousness. And that is the only way to defeat a narcissist. Nothing that you say or do is going to get them to acquiesce, play nice, or even bring them to justice. And we all tried that ad nauseum, and it didn't work. However, what does help is you shifting to become a different person than you are when you are entangled with them. So let's unpack the 7 things that defeat a narcissist. Let's look into this. What does it really mean? What is defeating a narcissist? Defeating a narcissist is about reclaiming your inner being, your true power, embracing your true self, and standing firm in your authenticity. I want you to think of it like this. The myth of vampires, a dark no self. When a bright light is shone on them, they screech back into the shadows. Think of a witch. You hit them with holy water and they start dissolving. Your authenticity, your true self is the same against a narcissist, I promise you. So here are the 7 powerful elements that can help you achieve this. Number 1 is your indifference. Indifference is a powerful stance against a narcissist. When you withdraw your emotional reactions, whether it be anger, fear, sadness, heartbreak, whatever it is, you deny the narcissist the fuel that they crave. Narcissists thrive off narcissistic supply, which is your loosh, which is your painful energy. That is AAA grade supply to them. Your indifference signals that you're no longer susceptible to their manipulations. It's like you can try to manipulate me and do all sorts of things, and I just don't care. It's not landing. I'm not responding. I'm not coming back at you. I am just indifferent. It's about reaching a place where their actions no longer affect your emotional state. And this really demonstrates that you've taken back control of your own inner world. Now, I know you may be thinking, Melanie, that's impossible. I am so triggered. I'm so traumatized, which is really common and it's really normal, of course. However, when you do the inner work to detox those triggers and traumas out, then you end up being indifferent and you're not acting it, you're not faking it. This is not like some fake grey rock, whereas I'm just going to give you nothing and pretend I don't care. You literally don't care. Now, module 1 of my Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Program, which is known as NARP, delivers you there. Because everything that's being triggered, you get to detox it with the specific meditation that makes that possible, and it's really quick and really direct. Now let's have a look at number 2, your anti-fear. And that's what we call it in this community, anti-fear. Narcissists thrive on your fears. By confronting and dissolving your fears, you strip away their power. So anti-fear really means this. It's the courage to turn inwards and face your deepest insecurities, do the inner work on them with quantum freedom healing, and transform them into an upshifted strength. where you graduate out of that fear into empowerment. When you are no longer governed by fear, you become impenetrable to the narcissist tactics. And this means that your new self that's arisen, this resilience, this courage, creates a protective barrier that keeps their toxic influence at bay. So what it really means is, without fear, which is the only source that they can feed on, they don't have any internal power source of their own. They're not connected to true source. They're actually the living dead feeding off, parasiting off energy to get their power, specifically your fear. It's like a shark in water with blood. It energizes them into a feeding frenzy, and narcissists is the same with your fear. So when that's gone, what happens is you're no longer handing them the bullets to shoot you with. You take it away. Module 1, 4, and 8 in the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Program help you do that. So number 1 is the initial triggers. Number 4 is all of the disgusting injustices that they do, the unthinkable, ridiculous stuff that is a disgrace. You detox all of that. And number 8 is literally, number 8 module is literally on the fear of what they're going to do, how they're going to get, this court system against you, how they're stalking you, how they're threatening to take your child, all of those things. When it's all detoxed, it's energetic law, it's quantum law, so within, so without. Somebody can only perpetrate something against you if you have a matching belief, insecurity, or fear inside of you. When it's gone, they can't. It's as absolute as gravity. So now let's go on to number 3, which is your inner standing. Inner standing goes way beyond the normal things that we think an understanding is. So number 3, your inner standing, it goes way beyond this. And let me just, it's about deeply knowing and trusting yourself. When you achieve inner standing, you're rooted in your beliefs and in your values and in your wisdom. And this deep self-awareness means that you can no longer be manipulated into somebody else's version of life. And with narcissists, the version of life is absolutely insane. So this means that you're going to be able to trust your own perceptions and your own inner anchoring rather than be gaslighted. You're listening to your intuition and you're connected to that. And narcissists really hate that because they need you out of your inner standing in seeking to be understood by them and have their understanding. And that's where they gaslight you and that's where they manipulate you. Which leads us now, module 2 of NARP helps you achieve that. You come home to yourself, you come home to your own power. And it's beyond powerful. So, number 5, your acceptance. Now, this is a really, really big one for people because acceptance is hard to do. Of course, you don't want to accept that this person is disordered, that they are not going to change, that they never change, and that probably the things that you're thinking that they might be up to, they actually are, right? Your intuition's going off. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to believe it. You don't want to accept it. Acceptance is really powerful because when you accept what the situation is, what your life is now, what this person is, then you can accept it. Nothing changes in our life until we accept it. And this is really important. All 10 steps in NARP help you get out of the disbelief and into the acceptance to empower you. Think of it like this. If you were driving your car and you got bogged in the mud and you got stuck there, If you just keep your foot on the accelerator, you're going to dig yourself deeper. With narcissistic abuse, when we do cognitive dissonance, when we try to make deals, when we ignore the truth, when we don't want to face what's really happening, we don't want to listen to our intuition, we dig ourselves deeper into our own demise. So, acceptance is powerful. It's authenticity, it's truth. A narcissist is no match for you when you start working with the truth. Number 6, your sovereignty. Oh my God, sovereignty is everything. Sovereignty is about claiming your personal power and your authority over your own life. What's happened for so many of us in narcissistic abuse is we were running programs of, I'm still looking for a parent. Unconsciously we did this. I'm still looking for a parent to take away my traumas and give me the things that I don't think I can generate or I don't think I deserve. So this is unfinished business from our childhood. It's unhealed wounds. That's what codependency is. So when we become very determined to say, I'm no longer going to hold a narcissistic person responsible for my life, and I'm going to turn inwards to heal myself up into my own sovereignty, then you become the master of your own destiny, not the narcissist, and you will also establish clear boundaries. You're willing to lose another rather than ever lose yourself again. You start asserting your autonomy and you dismantle the narcissist's control over you. So sovereignty is about standing tall in self and making decisions. When we're sovereign, the thing about our decisions is we know that we're at one with the field and source and our higher self and our intuition. We have that connection in sovereignty. So it's never about, well, you are my source. No, I've got 8 million other people and unlimited resources available that I can co-generate with the field and all of life, and source has my back. And that means that we are no longer in fear, which leads me to number 7, which is your true identity. And as thrivers in this community, and this was my personal journey, me connecting to unleashing, developing and growing my true identity is my greatest mission. Still to this day, is to be the best, real, authentic human that I can be. So to do that, we have to meet ourselves, warts and all, and be prepared to upshift those warts to grow them and help them evolve. This is the ultimate defeat of a narcissist. This is the ultimate defeat of a narcissist. When you rise and grow and heal into your true self. Because as a true self, they are not relevant. They are not your reality. They hold nothing for you anymore in your growth and your ascension path. They are simply a low frequency, low vibrational being that would be like you if you were orientated into healthy eating and living and exercising, which as thrivers we do too, because when you get better, you do better, you choose better. But if you're that person, you're not going to start eating fairy floss and hot dogs and sit on the couch eating ice cream. You just don't do it. It becomes impossible to lower your vibration to hang out with people who are pathologically disordered and malicious. It's not your thing anymore. Your true essence is the coming home. This is who you really are. as a source soul being and a source soul force. And this is what I've been talking about. You're in a spiritual battle. This was always about you evolving yourself and healing yourself up on the inside to come home to your true self. Because as a true self, narcissism actually doesn't exist. And if one comes into your space, you have boundaries and authenticity, and you speak up when something feels wrong, and you flush them out without any fear. And you couldn't give two craps if that person doesn't like you. Who cares? You're not a match for me. Go have your life, right? I'm having an authentic, truthful, real life. So, even if you're in the clutches of a narcissist right now, with everything that we know that they do, that we can research to death, and they don't change, what needs to change is us. And when you start making the changes all about developing and healing and creating your true self from the inside out, they become less and less appetizing. The obsession all starts melting away. And you'll get to a point where you feel nothing, even if parallel parenting, which we teach about in our NARP community, how to do that effectively, you will feel nothing. It's like I'm just completely neutral about how I feel about you, because I am generating my life in a completely different universe. So, today's conversation, that's our 7 points. Let me know if that's been helpful. Let me know if that makes sense. And let me know if you feel that in your cells. Because this is where it's important. We can have ideas, we can have concepts. But if we feel it as a truth in our body, well, then we're going to follow it. We're going to start applying it. And we're going to start growing into it. Rather than just trying to think our way into well, we have to shift and change to be well. There's no comparison. So you are a spiritual being having an energetic experience, a physical experience. So the spirit energy of you is having a physical experience. And to defeat a narcissist and really claim your life, you've got to look at it from the spiritual, personal, energetic responsibility level. How do I change my somatic self, my frequency, which is your emotions? Energy, emotion is emotion. The change happens inside. And that's what the Thrive Away to Heal is all about. Because when you take that path, you realize that you've got the power to heal and transform what's been going on inside of you, rather than trying to battle with external sources from the same unhealed internal being, which will always mean how to lose. And many of us have been conditioned by the common belief of the victim model. I'm a victim, and until something changes out there, I can't change, I can't heal, which is completely powerless, and it hands our power back to the narcissist. It's like, until you're held accountable, until you repent, until you apologize, until you reform, my life can never be good. And they never do. So where does that leave you? Exactly. Where does that leave you? It leaves you absolutely nowhere except as a victim in your trauma. So, information alone is not transformation. Information is not transformation. Information's in your head. Transformation is in your body. So these 7 ways to defeat a narcissist, which is your indifference, your anti-fear, your inner standing, your authenticity, your acceptance, your sovereignty, and your true identity, are all about taking your power back and focusing on your inner healing, where the keys to your kingdom is. Not just relief from the narcissist, but the alignment with everything you've actually always wanted in your life, and most of all, creating a life of true freedom and joy from where absolutely everything follows. And that's in essence the model of thriving. All right, so thank you for watching this episode. Most of all, I hope you can just open and breathe and feel what I'm saying, and that it gives you inspiration, it gives you hope, it lights you up. Because some part of you, even if you are mired in trauma, some part of you knows what I'm saying is the truth. This saved my life, it gave me my life, and it has 80,000 other people in our community who have done the work from the inside in. So if you want to learn more about that, please just write NL in the comments and it'll come straight to your inbox. But also too, if you're watching YouTube, please remember that we don't have an automatic responder there. So just have a look in the description and the links are all there for you to check it out. So thank you for supporting my channel. Please get the word out there and share this to others, especially those communities and people who are stuck in narcissistic abuse and they're a victim and they're focusing just on the narcissist and they don't know how to heal from the inside out. Okay, and thank you so much for being a part of our thriving community to heal for real from narcissistic abuse. Thrive on. So keep healing, keep smiling, and keep thriving, because there's actually nothing else to do. Lots of love. Bye-bye.